Moses. Paul. Moses. Joshua.
Joseph.
Moses. Daniel.
David.
Noah.
Daniel.
Number 20. King Hosea and King Zedekiah. Hosea was the last king of northern kingdom of Israel, or we call it simply Kingdom of Israel. This Hosea was not Prophet Hosea. King Hosea and Prophet Hosea were definitely not the same person. Alright, during his time, Israel had been frequently paying tribute to Kingdom of Assyria. But after Shalmaneser V has succeeded the throne of Assyria, Hosea sought military support from Egypt, so that he didn't need to pay tribute to Assyria again. But he was so dead wrong. As Assyria came to attack Israel, because of no more payment, Egypt didn't come to defend Israel. Hosea was taken prisoner, and then no one knew about his fate. And shortly after that, Israel's citizens were deported by Sargon II, and he brought strangers to occupy their land. Zedekiah was the last king of Judah. During that time, Kingdom of Judah was tributary of Kingdom of New Babylon. But no longer after that, Zedekiah rebelled against Nebuchadnezzar II, and he responded by invading the Kingdom of Judah. To cut long story short, Jerusalem was destroyed, the Holy Temple of Solomon was burned down, and the people of Judah were sent to exile to Babylon. Zedekiah was captured. His sons were murdered before his very eyes. Thereafter, his eyes was gouged out, and he remained in prison until he died. Here are the reasons why they are in 20th rank. Their pride, wicked heart, and ignorance brought Kingdom of Israel and Kingdom of Judah to total destruction and led his people to desolation and exile. Number 19. Hiram Abib. Hiram Abib, known also as Hiram, son of widow, maybe among of you don't know who he was. He was the architect of First Holy Temple, or they call it simply Solomon's Temple. That is so legendary and so mythical that even though the temple was already destroyed, and even though we or the rest of modern people never see it, many have been still telling about its greatness until now. Well, that is the reason why Hiram Abib attained this rank. Number 18. Job. All sisters and brothers in Jesus' love must be aware of the story of Job. How God took away his divine protection and gave Satan permission to bring disaster to his life. His wealth was gone. His children were all dead. He suffered the terrible sickness. And ultimately, his wife left him. But after he stands strong during his ordeal, God restored him again his wealth and his health. He was even richer than his former state. No longer after that, he met with his new life partner and was then blessed again with 7 sons and 3 daughters. So the reason why he is in this rank is because of his life story helped many people to learn to be patient, to stand strong, and to be always faithful during their tribulation times. Number 17. Daniel. Like what we learned from Sunday school, we knew already a lot of his story. The young Daniel and his friend, who were healthier than their other competitor and classmates, even though they just eat vegetable. After that, he was being asked about the dream of his king that actually contained prophecy. He was then being asked by another king about writing on the wall, and later that king and his kingdom were slaughtered. And at the end, the jealous ministers conspire against Daniel, and because of it, he was thrown out to the lion den, but not even single lion who dares to chew his skin or hair. But there is just 3 reasons why he appears on this list. His vision and prophecies are some of the foundation to Judaism and Christian eschatology. He helped Nebuchadnezzar II regain his sanity so that he can rule over Babylonia again. His job as minister and advisor helped a lot the law and order and development of Kingdom of Babylon and then Kingdom of Persia. Number 16. Zerubbabel, Yeshua, Ezra, and Nehemiah. Zerubbabel was the descendant of King David and who was appointed by Darius I as the first governor of Judah. Yeshua, son of Yehoshaphat, was the high priest. Ezra was priest too, and he was a scribe. Nehemiah was king's cupbearer and then was appointed by the Artaxerxes I as the second governor of Judah. They played very important role in Israel history. They led first wave of Jewish returning to come back to his promised land. They were the pioneer of rebuilding the Holy Temple. They were too responsible to reinstate again the law of Moses in Jewish returning community. And their dedication still inspired Jews and Christians alike. Number 15. Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great was the founder of the first Persian Empire. His empire expanded from Hellespont and Mediterranean Sea to the Indus River. And he was famous and was respected by his people because he respected the cultures and beliefs of the land he had conquered. And he stand up for human rights and human rights issues. His role was very important in the age of Old Testament because he gave edicts or permission to Israel people to come back to his land and rebuild the Holy Temple. Number 14. Judah Maccabi. Some of us Christians probably do not know him, and some probably do know him. From Deuterocanonical Book section, Judah Maccabi, a Jewish priest, was a son of Mattathias, a Jewish priest too. Well, he is on this list because of his revolt. The success of the revolt against Seleucid Empire brought 2 decades later the Hasmonean dynasty to power, and the struggle of him and the Israeli soldiers for the restoration of Jewish worship at the temple in Jerusalem has been always remembered by Jewish people in every Hanukkah celebration.
I pray thee, strengthen me, O God. Strengthen me only this once. Dalilah.
Number 13. Othniel, Ehud, Deborah, Gideon, Jephthah, and Samson. They were judged in the age of kingless Israel. But the Judaism scholars announced just 6 judges as major judges because their role were simply more influential to Israel community at that time. But we don't put Abimelech's name here because he was just simply an evil, megalomaniac, and brutal leader
Divide the child into two parts. Give half to the one woman, half to the other.
Oh, no! If it must be, give the child to her, that it may not be slain.
Divide it. It shall be neither hers nor mine.
Take your son, Mother. He is surely yours.
May the Lord God Jehovah praise and bless you.
Would rather have
Number
surrendered
12,
him to
King
another
Solomon.
than to see him harmed.
Here are the two reasons why Solomon in 12th reign. Reason number 1. He was the third king of United Kingdom of Israel and Judah, who, because of God's blessing, he financed the birth of the first holy temple in Jerusalem. Reason number 2. He took Korah's wife, who carried their foreign gods along with them, and later they seduced him to worship their gods together with them. That unfaithfulness was the reason the United Kingdom of Israel, after his death by the way, split into two kingdoms, Northern Kingdom of Israel and Southern Kingdom of Judah. As long as the time goes by, the matter became worse and worse, as the 12 tribes of those two kingdoms were scattered to all directions because of their sins. All this scattering began because of his weak and wicked heart, all because of his unfaithfulness. Those two kingdoms, those 12 tribes, are until now not yet unified. Number 11, King David. David was the second king of United Kingdom of Israel and Judah. His respect towards Saul, the first king, even though he would love very much to kill him, and his bravery and struggle to lead and protect Israeli people became epic story, not merely for children, but for us all. Well, of course, his sexual interaction with Bathsheba and his indirectly murder of Uriah are definitely not story for children, but we could still learn from it.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
His life stories, songs, and posts about his love to God have been inspiring not only all worshippers, but also many secular artists. For all Christians, Jews, and Israelis, David, his story, and his symbol were and are, until now, being a symbol for greatness of and hope for the unified Israel.